For the past 6 months, strict guidelines have prevented families from visiting the bedsides of their loved ones who are in nursing homes. Those rules, designed to keep the most vulnerable patients protected during the pandemic, are being lifted now. NBC Connecticut's Kristen Johnson has the details, new at 4.
Around 3,000 residents of nursing homes and assisted living facilities have died of COVID-associated causes in Connecticut. But Governor Ned Lamont says the circumstances have greatly improved.
95% have virtually a zero infection rate. We thought it's much safer again to be able to see a loved one now than it was perhaps 6 months ago.
Since June, socially distanced outdoor visits have been allowed, but some complain that the strict guidelines, including sitting 6 feet apart and avoiding physical touch, left their loved ones feeling alone.
Social isolation has definitely been a huge issue for a lot of folks.
Now those outdoor visits can move inside.
With cold weather on our doorstep, to have a policy where we can continue those connections indoors is going to make a big difference.
But residents still won't be able to have a loved one sit by their bedside.
Family members will not be going up onto the units where the residents live. There'll be a designated visitation space on the ground level.
Social distancing will still be required and touching will still be prohibited. Federal and state guidelines recommend only one visitor at a time and a limit on the total visitors inside the facility as well as the length of their stay.
It's not a situation where the door swings wide open and people can move freely in the building.
Only facilities that have had no new onset of COVID-19 cases in the last 14 days and those not currently conducting outbreak testing may welcome visitors inside.
Everyone wants to be to the place where there's touch and there's the kind of contact that we can enjoy when there's no COVID in our state. But unfortunately, the pandemic is still with us.
Other providers previously restricted by the pandemic, such as social workers, volunteers, and members of the clergy, will now be allowed to make nursing home visits under this new extended policy. At the state capitol, Kristen Johnson, NBC Connecticut News.